Question number 4, x log x. So first we will suppose the integral as I, x log x dx. Okay, product of two functions. So x is algebraic function, logarithmic function. So we will recall the Lie rule. Algebraic comes first. Sorry, logarithmic comes first, algebraic comes after the logarithmic. Okay, that means this log x is our first function and this is our second function. So according to the integration by parts rule, we can write, since we know integration u v dx is what? U integration v dx minus du by dx integration v dx, then whole integration. So this is our first function u and this is our second function v. This is u, this is v. So according to this, integral will be log x integration x dx minus derivative of log x, okay, derivative of u, then integration x dx whole integration. For this integral we can apply the power rule, since x power 1, so we will write x square divided by the same power. This integration will keep same. First we will solve inside expression. So log x derivative is 1 by x, integration of x is x square by 2. Now here we can cancel one power. Okay, so x square by 2 log x, 1 by 2 we can take outside. So inside the integral only x will be there. Now for this integral again we can use power rule. So x square by 2 plus c. So finally we can write x square log x by 2 minus x square by 4 plus c. Question number 6. First let the integral be I. Then identify the function. So this is logarithmic function, this is algebraic function. In Lie rule, logarithmic comes first. Okay, so this is our u, this is our v. First function, second function. So since we know integration u v dx is u integration v minus du by dx integration v whole integration. So we can write here u and v we can write. So log x integration x square dx minus derivative of log x integration x square dx. So log x, here power rule we can use, isn't it? So x cube by 3. For this 1 by x, for this integral x cube by 3. Here complete dx is also there. So this x will go, square will remain. Okay, so x cube by 3 log x minus 1 by 3 we can take out. Okay, and then x square dx. So again for this integral we can use power rule. That is x cube by 3 plus c. That is x cube log x divided by 3 minus x cube by 9 plus c. Question number 7. So let the integral be I. So here we will substitute, because directly also we can take. This is algebraic and this is inverse, isn't it? So Lie rule will come. So inverse and algebraic. So this will be our u first function, this will be our v. But if you proceed, so inside one integral will come of this type, a square minus x square. Okay, for this we have formula, but that is omitted in your syllabus. Okay, that means we have to search for the another method where we cannot use this. So substitution will do. So sine inverse x as theta, so x will be sine theta. Okay, then dx will be cos theta d theta. This is the substitution. Now change the integral into theta form. So x is what? Sine theta. Okay, then sine inverse x is what? Theta. Okay, then dx is what? Cos theta d theta. Okay, so here theta sine theta, if I'll write in proper order, this will be like this: theta sine theta cos theta. But here if you see three terms are there, है ना? We have formula for only two terms, two product of two functions. So what we will do, will change into sine into cos theta, will change into some another trigonometry. So we know 2 sine theta cos theta is sine 2 theta, isn't it? So we have this term with us, sine into cos. 2 is not there, so we will divide and multiply with 2. Okay, now this has become one of the identity which gives formula as sine 2 theta. So theta sine 2 theta d theta. Now product of two functions, okay, where one is algebraic in the form of theta and one is trigonometric. So algebraic and trigonometric. Algebraic comes first, so this is our u and this is our v. Okay, now apply the formula. So we can write since u integration u dot v dx is u integration v dx minus du by dx integration v dx. Okay, so this is our u. Half we can take outside, half will be outside the bracket. So theta integral sine 2 theta d theta minus derivative of theta, with respect to theta we are doing, then integral sine 2 theta d theta, complete integral. So we got here I as 1 by 2 theta sine 2 theta d theta minus d theta by d theta integral sine 2 theta d theta and complete d theta. Okay, so now we know integral sine 2 theta is minus cos 2 theta, isn't it? Minus cos 2 theta divide by 2. Why? Because this is composite. Integral sine theta will be treated as constant, standard function. So for this integral is minus cos theta. But if we have 2 theta, 3 theta, so we should divide by the derivative of the composite. Okay. So here 2 theta angle we have. So we'll divide by the derivative of 2 theta, which is 2, minus derivative of theta with respect to theta will be 1, and here again we'll get sine 2 theta integral as minus cos 2 theta divided by 2. So half minus theta cos 2 theta divided by 2, this minus minus plus cos 2 theta divided by 2 d theta. This half also we can take out. Okay, then what will be integral of cos 2 theta? Sine 2 theta divided by 2. So finally what we can write, we can multiply these or we can take 1 by 2 out. So 1 by 4 will remain minus theta cos theta plus 1 2 will remain here, sine 2 theta by 2 plus c. So this is your final answer. Let the integral be I, x tan inverse x. So this is algebraic, this is inverse. Okay, so recall Legate rule, algebraic and inverse. Inverse comes first, so this is your u, this is your v, first function, second function. Then you can write the formula, since we know u into v integration is u integration v minus du by dx integration v, then whole integration. So your I will become u is tan inverse x integration x dx. Here derivative of tan inverse x integration x dx. So tan inverse x will be same. Integral x dx we can apply the power rule. Here 1 by 1 plus x square है ना, derivative of tan inverse x, and here x square by 2. So x square by 2 tan inverse x we can write, minus 1 by 2 we can write outside. Okay, now if you observe this one for second integral, here we can do arrangement, means we can make the numerator as denominator. So we can add 1 and subtract 1. This is the arrangement. Okay, so x square by 2 tan inverse x minus half. Now separate the integral as well as denominator. So this term will keep in bracket. So this divide by same denominator. So x square plus 1 divided by 1 plus x square dx minus 1 by the denominator. Okay, this half is outside the bracket with both the integral. Now this same term we can cancel. So we will be getting 1 here, and for the second integral we can apply the formula. So x square by 2 tan inverse x minus half integral 1 dx minus integral 1 by 1 plus x square dx. Okay, so for this we have formula directly x will come, and for this we can write, since we know dx by a square plus x square is 1 by a tan inverse x by a plus c. So this formula we can apply for the second integral. So our answer will be x square by 2 tan inverse x minus half for this x, for this 1 by a is 1 only, so tan inverse x by a means x only. Okay, so x square by 2 tan inverse x minus x by 2 plus tan inverse x by 2. So for this we can, since denominator is same, so we can write together, that is x square plus 1 tan inverse x divided by 2. Okay, and minus x by 2 plus c. Question number 12. Okay, this is direct because let the integral be I first, then this is algebraic, and this is trigonometric. Okay, then Lie rule you can recall, algebraic and trigonometric. So this is your first function, this is your second function. So we can write the formula, since u integration v, we know u integration v minus integral du by dx, integral v dx, then dx will come. So u is x and v is sec square x. So applying the formula we can write x integral sec square x dx, then derivative of x integral sec square x dx, then whole integration. For this we have direct formula, that is tan x, that we can write here. For this derivative will be 1 into, for this we have direct formula. Okay, so now x tan x minus integral tan x dx. So for this also we have direct formula, that is log of sec x plus c. Question number 14, x log x whole square. So let the integral be I. So this is logarithmic function, this is algebraic. So this will be our u, this will be our v. Recalling Lie rule. Okay, first function, second function. So since we know u integration v is u integration v minus derivative of u integration of v whole integration. So we can apply the formula here. U is log x whole square integral x dx minus derivative of log x whole square integral x dx, then whole integration. So log x whole square. For this integral we have power rule, x square by 2. Okay, and derivative of this we can use the power rule, but for power rule is for x only, isn't it? So if log x is there, that means this is composite function. So while taking derivative to log x, then derivative of the composite also we should consider. So derivative of composite means derivative of log x, that is 1 by x into, then this part integral of x is x square by 2 dx. Okay, so 2 we can cancel here, 1 x power will go, so we'll be left with x log x. Okay, x log x dx. So now again we got two functions in product, so we can apply integration by parts again. This is L, this is algebraic, this is U, this is V. Okay, so for the second integral we have to apply the integration by parts again. So log x integration x dx minus integration d by dx of log x integration x dx, then complete integration. Last previous step was x square by 2 log x whole square minus log x integration x dx minus d by dx of log x integration x dx, then complete integration, then bracket close. So here x square by 2 log x whole square. For this integral we can apply the power rule. Okay, so x square by 2 will come. For this derivative directly 1 by x will come. For this integral x square by 2 will come. So here x1 x we can cancel. This x square log x by 2 we can write. Here minus 1 by 2 will we can take outside. So only x will remain inside. So x square by 2 log x whole square minus, we can open the bracket, minus x square log x by 2 plus half, and for this integral x square by 2 plus same. So finally we'll get here x square by 2 log x whole square minus x square log x by 2 plus x square by 4 plus c. So let the integral be I. Now this whole bracket we can consider as algebraic function, and this is log function. Okay, so Liet rule we can recall. So algebraic and logarithmic function. Okay, two functions we have. So this is our u, this one is v, first function. So recalling the integration by parts formula, we can write, since u dot v is u integration v minus du by dx integration v dx. So log x integration x square plus 1. Okay, this is complete v. Then d by dx of log x integration x square plus 1 dx, and then complete integration. So for this integral we can separate and find, you know, x square dx and 1 dx. So directly we can write this as, for the first term x cube by 3 will come, for the second term integral 1 dx x will come. So for the log x, derivative of log x 1 by x, and for this again we can write x cube by 3 plus x, then whole integration. So this bracket we can write before the log term. Now this 1 by x we can multiply. So here we will get x square by 3, and here x by x will go. So only 1 will be left. Okay. So x cube by 3 plus x log x minus, for this integral also we can separate and find. So x square by 3 means x cube by 3 will come, and 3 is already there. So x cube by 9 minus plus minus integral 1 dx means x plus c. So here if you see sine inverse x whole square, first let the integral be I. This is not the product of two function, isn't it? So we will do substitution here. Put sine inverse x as t. So x will be sine t. So dx will be cos t dt. Okay. So now integral will change into t form. For sine inverse x we'll put t, bracket square is there. For dx we'll put cos t dt. So now this is product of two function. So we can apply the integration by parts. This is trigonometric, this is algebraic. Okay. So recalling Legate rule, we'll get algebraic first and trigonometric second. So this is first, this is second. So since we know integral u into v dx is u integral v dx minus du by dx integral v dx and whole integral. So we'll substitute u and v value in this formula. So u is t square integral cos t dt minus derivative of t square integral cos t dt. Then complete integration. Okay. So integral cos t direct formula we have, that is sin t. For this derivative will be 2t and integral cos t is sin t. Okay. So t square sin t minus 2 we can take outside, t sin t dt. See, again we got two functions which are in product. So we can apply the integration by parts formula again. This is trigonometric, this is algebraic. This is u, first function, v. Okay. So here t square sin t will be same. Then for this, all the terms you should keep in bracket. T integral sin t dt minus d by dt of t integral sin t dt and whole dt. So t square sin t minus 2 is outside the bracket. For integral sin t we have direct formula, that is minus cos t. So minus t cos t will be the first term. Here derivative of t will be 1 and integration of sin t is minus cos t. Okay. So that minus and this minus will become plus. So now t square sin t minus plus 2t cos t and minus 2 integral cos t is sin t plus c. Okay, now this is substitution. So we have to substitute t value here. So after this we'll substitute, re-substitute. So we got in terms of t square sin t plus 2t cos t minus 2 sin t plus c. This is integral, okay? But we have substituted sine inverse x as t. So x is sine t, okay? So here for t we can write this one. For sine t we can write x, but we have cos t also. That means cos t should be changed into sine form. So we'll use the fundamental identity. Cos t we can write as root 1 minus sine t. Okay, then sine t we can substitute as x. So here t square means sine inverse x square. Then sine t means x. 2 t means sine inverse x. Cos t means 1 minus sine t, which is x. minus 2 sin t, which is x, plus c. 1 minus x square sin square. Let the integral be I. So here we'll substitute cos inverse x as t. Okay. So derivative of cos inverse x is minus 1 by root 1 minus x square dx and dt. So here we got dx by root 1 minus x square is there in the question, but minus is not there. So what we will do, dx by root 1 minus x square as minus dt. So now integral will become x is also there. So from this step we can get the value of x. X is cos t. So cos t into this cos inverse x is t, and dx by root 1 minus x square is minus dt. So finally our integral is minus, we can take outside, t cos t dt. So we got product of two functions, trigonometric, algebraic. Okay. Then recalling Liet rule, algebraic, trigonometric, this is u, this is v. So since we know integral u into v dx is u integral v dx, du by dx, integral v dx, then whole integration. So we can write t integral cos t dt minus derivative of t integral cos t dt. So integral cos t, we know it is sin t, minus derivative of t is 1, integral cos t is sin t dt. So t sin t, see minus is already there outside. Okay, so keep this minus sign outside. So minus sign and minus minus plus, integral sin t dt. Now we know integral sin t is minus cos t. Okay, so we can write minus cos t plus c. Now we will resubstitute the value. So here t is cos inverse x, directly we can put cos t, we know that is x. We need sin t, so we will write sin in terms of cos. Okay, so that is 1 minus cos square t minus cos t. Now we can resubstitute all the values here. So we got here minus t 1 minus cos square t minus cos t plus c, and substitution was cos inverse x as t, so x is cos t. So minus t we can resubstitute as cos inverse x, then this we can write as 1 minus x square, because cos square t is x, minus cos t is x plus c. So better write this term before the cos inverse to avoid the confusion. Tan inverse x. So this is a special type of question where you can consider second function as 1. Okay, first let the integral be I. Tan inverse x dx. So this integral we can write as into 1. Okay, so this will be our u and this is v. So same type can come in this form also, log x, log 2x, like this only if one function comes, no, then you can write as 1, second function as 1. Always second function you should take as 1. Okay, so since u into v dx is u integral v dx minus derivative of u integration of v, then whole integration. So tan inverse x integration 1 dx minus derivative of tan inverse x integration 1 dx. So integration 1 dx means x only. Okay, and here derivative of tan inverse x means 1 plus x square, integration of 1 means x. So x tan inverse x we can write. Now if you observe this integral x by 1 plus x square, so if you take denominator of this x 1 plus x square, 2x will come. So we have x with us in numerator, 2 is not there. So what we can do, 1 by 2 into 2 we can do. Then for this integral we can use the formula. Okay, we can use formula, that is, since we know f dash of x by f of x is what? Log of the denominator. So directly we can use log of 1 plus x square. So finally answer will be x tan inverse x minus 1 by 2 log of 1 plus x square plus c. First let the integral be I. Okay, so product of two function, one is trigonometric, one is exponential. So Lie rule we can recall here. Okay, exponential, trigonometric. Trigonometric comes first, that means this is our first function, this is second function. Anyway, exponential, whenever exponential comes in any combination, this is last only. So exponential you can treat as the second function. So now we can write the formula, since we know u dot v integration is u integration v du by dx integration v dx, then whole integration. Okay, so sin x will be same, integration of e power 2x minus derivative of sin x integration of e power 2x. So this integral will be same, okay, e power 2x, but since it is composite, so we'll divide by derivative of this, which is 2, minus, here derivative of sine is cos, and here integral will be e power 2x by 2. So this we can write as e power 2x sine x by 2 minus half we can take outside, cos x into e power 2x. Now this integral is again product of two function, isn't it? One trigonometric, one exponential. So for this integral again we should apply integration by parts rule. So cos x u integration v, that is e power 2x minus d by dx of cos x e power 2x and then dx. Okay. So first term will be same, e power 2x sine x by 2 minus half. Here also integral will be same, e power 2x by 2. For this minus, derivative of cos is minus sine. So minus sine, and e power 2x means e power 2x divided by 2 whole dx. So e power 2x sine x by 2 minus half is outside the bracket, cos x e power 2x by 2. Here minus minus plus, half we can take outside, integral sine x e power 2x dx. Again we got two function which are in product. But if you observe, this integral is nothing but the question. Okay, and question we have supposed as I. So here we can substitute I, and here left hand side is I only. Okay, I equal to this. So we can write I equal to e power 2x sine x by 2 minus half cos x e power 2x by 2 plus here I by 2. Okay. Now with minus half we can open the bracket. So minus cos x into e power 2x by 4, and here minus plus minus I by 4. Now this I by 4 we can shift here. It will come here with the plus sign. I plus I by 4, and here e power 2x. Here after this integration we can write c here. Okay. So now we should find I. So we will simplify this to get I. Some constant will be there as a coefficient. That complete coefficient will shift to other side. That will be our answer. So I plus I by 4 e power 2x sine x by 2 minus e power 2x cos x by 4. So here we'll get 5I by 4 plus c is also there. Now to find I, this 4 by 5 we can multiply throughout with 4 by 5. Okay. So here we'll get 4 by 5. So 4 by 5 into e power 2x sine x we can write like this. Or we can write this as c1 c1. So 4 by 5 multiply, then you will get, for this bracket first term will get 2 e power 2x sine x by 5, and here e power 2x cos x by 5 plus 4c1 by 5. So then you can write as this as c, where c is 4c1 by 5. Let the integral be I. See, in inverse trigonometric function, I gave one table of expression and substitution. So for this particular expression, we can substitute x as tan theta. Okay. So dx will be tan theta or tan t, anything you can substitute. So dx will be derivative of tan is sec square theta, d theta will come. So integral will change into theta form. Sine inverse 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta, and dx is what? Sec square theta d theta. Okay, but this bracket is the formula for sine 2 theta in terms of tan. Okay, so using inverse property, these we can cancel. Then finally we'll be left with 2 theta sec square theta d theta. 2 we can take out, theta sec square theta d theta. So this is algebraic product of two function, and this is trigonometric. Okay. So recalling Legate rule, we can write yes a and t. So algebraic will be first, trigonometric will be second. So this is u, this is v. So since we know u integration v dx is du by dx integration v dx. Okay. So 2 will be outside. Theta integration sec square theta d theta minus derivative of theta integration sec square theta d theta, then whole integration. 2 is outside. Theta. For this direct integration we have, that is tan theta, minus, for this derivative will be 1. For this we have direct integration, that is tan theta. So 2 theta tan theta minus 2. See, for this integral, tan theta integral, we have direct formula, that is log of sec theta. Okay, plus c will come. Now we have to resubstitute the value. So x is tan theta. So we can write theta as, from this step we can write theta as tan inverse x. Okay. So theta we know, tan theta we know, but here sec theta is there. So we have to use tan theta. So you should write sec theta in terms of tan theta. So we know this identity, sec square theta is 1 plus tan square theta. Okay. So sec theta means 1 plus tan square theta. So this identity we can write here. Then in place of tan, we can put x. So 2 theta tan theta minus 2 log of 1 plus tan square theta. Okay. Then substitute all the values here. So finally we'll get 2 tan inverse x. Tan theta is x. So better write here 2x tan inverse x. 2x tan inverse x. 2x tan inverse x minus 2 log of 1 plus x square plus c. X square e power x cube dx equals to. Now here if you see these two terms are in product. Okay. So but if you see x cube power, if you substitute x cube as t, you will get x square dx. That means it can be solved by directly substitution method. No need of integration by parts. Okay. But it seems that it is product of two functions, so we can use that. But substitution method will be easy, because if you put x cube as t, no, you will get 3x square dx as dt. See 3 or x square dx we can write as dt by 3. So see you got x square dx as dt by 3. So your integral will change into t terms, where x square dx you will write dt by 3 and e power x cube. So e power t you can write. Okay. So 1 by 3 e power t dt. So for this we have same formula, e power t plus c. But t is what? E power x cube by 3 plus c. Okay. So option A is correct here.